Hello, it's Connor, back again with another video, okay? And this is the second part to the Better series. And if you don't know what the Better one is, we've done a sleep one, we're going to be talking about mental health, and these are sort of in priority of what I think focusing on, but you really want to do a lot of these in parallel, right? We'll talk about physical health and some other bits, and maybe I'll add more later down the line as well when I think of something. And yeah, so mental health, right? There's two big ones. It's anxiety, depression. You want to see where you're at. You should probably do the NHS test. This gives you a score, sort of tells you where you're at, how you're doing, and a bit of perspective with this helps. And I've always found, like, I'll mention it again, I really should make a video on this, the Stoics, right? That focusing on what you can control and understanding you are what you repeatedly do. And if you're watching these videos, you're probably really young as well. So whatever you're repeatedly doing now is like what you are. And if you want to be like the best version of yourself that isn't mentally ill, or at least can bounce back from setbacks and falls and stuff like this, you want to repeatedly do things that make your brain more robust, that make your physical health more robust, that make your sleep more robust, or anti-fragile, if you will, which is a great book I would recommend to everyone. So if you want a good understanding of the world and how it works and different systems. Systems thinking aside, once you get your results back and you have a bit of perspective on this, this doesn't define me, this is just a result of what I've done in the past, you can start to forgive what you've done and some of your actions. And I think this is probably the time to go into self-love, right? What is self-love? There's this mainstream idea of self-love, which I won't be talking about. I'm just going to be talking about how I understand it and how it relates to me, okay? Because it's important to understand that self-love is a gratitude for what you have in the present. So imagine like you're suffering from anxiety. I've been in this position myself, okay? You want to be grateful for this opportunity to learn, to grow. It sounds crazy, like when you say it out loud, but you have to be grateful for the current situation, because this may not relate to you, but it can be worse. Lots of people billions of people on this planet would do anything to trade places with you, no matter how much you're suffering. Your maximum amount of suffering does not compare to billions of people on this planet. And that gratitude permeates into every aspect of your life. You have to regularly do a gratitude journal, like daily. You have to remind yourself, like, wow, like I'm still alive. This isn't forever. Meditate on death even. I know. Also, something the Stoics do, and a lot of these are Stoic techniques. And with negative visualization is an additional technique that Stoics really advocate for. It's visualizing negative things happening and then having a sense of gratitude afterwards. That's kind of like the effect. You'll be like, with material possessions, with your life, your health, like while you have it, you're like, I could not have this. I could wake up tomorrow and, be diagnosed with a terminal disease. But today, that's not the case, right? And that makes me happy, that makes me grateful. It's like, wow, today I don't have that. And for a second, you just get this boost of gratitude. It's like a psychological trick, right? Like a hack for your brain. That's what a lot of these Stoic techniques are. They're ways of thinking to make you happier, but not directly, indirectly, okay? And again, like happiness, gonna make a whole different video on this, okay? yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. And it'll be coming. I'm thinking about these things. I'm still learning about these things, obviously. Reading about these things. And with self-love, going back to self-love, there's a different part to it. There's an additional part, I should say. It's like a combination of, first, gratitude. All right, we've done gratitude. You've learned about the Stoic techniques. Then you would move on to, all right, we're back. The second part of self-love is delayed gratification. Okay? And delayed gratification, you may be thinking, what is this? What is that? Well, what is gratification? Anyway, gratification is reaping the rewards or getting a hit of dopamine. And so instant gratification in this case is getting the current dopamine. Almost, and this is why self-love isn't instant gratification, is because if you do these damaging things now for the quick fix, drugs, video games, not doing hard things, not doing delayed gratification, you're going to the instant. You're watching TV, you're scrolling through YouTube, social media. There's instant gratification. And who is to suffer? You, in the future. And this is quite a heavy perspective on the future, and it's about time and what you can do now and how this affects your future. And then I feel if you love yourself, if you have self-love, you will delay gratification. And you do this by doing hard things, by doing things that your future self will benefit from. Work now. Loving yourself now is delayed gratification. Plus this gratitude thing. And it's really crazy when you start to realize, like, wow, it's like I've had this realization a couple times. It's kind of wild, right? You're like, I'm doing these things. I'm doing these short-term, instant gratification things because I don't love myself. I don't want the best for future me. And that's a hit to your ego, your pride, whatever. Like, it's a big realization, or at least it was for me, in how I view self-love now, which is gratitude for the present. So you're not constantly seeking to be your future self, to be your best self. You delay gratification for your future self while being grateful for the present. And so we have this. All right, so stay with me here. We have, as like a building block, gratitude, delayed gratification equals self-love. Self-love will be a huge part in your mental health. There's lots of other parts, but this is the fundamental that I think a lot of people need help with, that are missing out, that don't understand this concept of love to yourself, because this comes first. And that is a lot of the mainstream idea, is that self-love does come first. You can't love, but it's not quite ingrained in this level of detail. So I hope this helped you guys, because once we got this, we can do the work we want to do and start spreading the love we want to spread. All right, I know you guys may be suffering, you may be going through mental health troubles, but we got this, all right? Let's go. Peace.